$40 every week. No buying or trading singles. We can only use cards pulled from official sealed product. But what we don't use, we can put in the sell box and use that money towards buying more sealed product. The goal? To make the best fracking Toon deck out there, then go online and own it up in Toontown. What will we open next? Will we have godlike pulls? Will this intro ever end? Find out on this episode of my Yu-Gi-Oh! Sealed Only adventure. Hello everybody! Welcome back to Rain Knight Gaming. I'm Rain Knight. It's time for another Toon Tastic episode, and oh howdy do we have some good stuff today. We're going to get into another buttload of Toon Chaos and a shiny box of Maximum Gold. You can guess what we want to get out of these babies, because we've opened a crap load of them. And I'm really hoping to pull some good cards because I don't want to keep buying them. But I will. Because I want my Toon BLS and I want my Nibirus. And a couple other cards in these because they've got a bunch of good stuff. But first, let's talk about the giveaway. The response has been nuts. And I want to thank all of you for being here, watching, liking, subscribing. You are being awesome. Now you still have time to enter to win this shiny cardboard. I'm going to do the drawing about the middle of next week and announce the winner in my 10th episode. Along with that, we're going to do a rundown on how much we've spent on this deck, how much the deck's worth, how much all of our pulls have been worth, and see if we've plussed it all. Maybe we've made some money. We probably didn't, but you know, we're going to do the math. And I love math. Yay! Now, let's get into them packs. Okay, here we go. We've got 1, 2, 12, about 12 packs of Toon Chaos. This is half of a box, and these boxes are not the cheapest in the world, so hopefully, and I know it will happen to me today, we'll get my Toon BLS. I'd also take a page flip, that'd be pretty awesome. And I'll tell you, we've been making money on this pack, so I can't wait to look into how much we've made off of these. We got Dragon, Fluffle. Fluffles are never good, so, or Frightfur. There's a non-shiny. Pack 2. We're really looking to get our Toon BLS. That's pretty much all I'm caring about right now. We got a hero. Got that dude. Another hero. Holding on for a hero till the end of the night. And another hero. Another Chaos. Hopefully we pull a Chaos Space just to add to the pain for Mario on... because he's been trying to open them just as much as I've been opening these. And he gets all the tunes, I get all the Chaos Spaces. So, just see what happens today. Some code, more Chaos. That dude, don't need him. So, keep going through these packs. Try not to waste too much time because, you know, we've seen all these cards a bunch. So we've got a Dragon. We got a Fire Dragon. We got whatever that is. Now we got a Valkyrie. We got another Dragon, another Chaos dude, Toon World. We should probably update all of our Toon Worlds in our deck. I think I still run the Speed Duels common, so I should probably update that. Okay, we got Knight, Sick. Oh my God! Yes, yes. Oh, I did not think we would ever pull one. Toon Blackluster Soldier. Oh my God, our deck just got so much better. That is amazing. I can't stop looking at him. Oh, he's so pretty. Can't wait to sleeve that up, put it in the deck. So let's go through here. Hey, maybe we'll pull 2 and we'll be completely done. I'd be okay with that. Another hero, another witch, and the Nope Mage. Or Magic of Nope. And keep moving. Ugh. We got that dude. We got some garbage. Fire Dragon. Elemental Chaos. That trap. code about our billionth mud dragon of the swamp. We're still running 3 in our deck, so I mean, I can't argue too much with that being in there. And it comes in handy with our super polys, so. We got a fire dude. Oh, man, we've pulled so many of those. Oh, and dang, this guy's, I think he's worth $9. I'll take that. He used to be worth like 30 when this first came out. I remember I pulled one back in the day and just sold it because I don't play that deck. Let's see, we got another injured cat. We got another dragon, another brick, and another hero. Put in the comments if you want me to do a cover of I Need a Hero. Let's hope none of that happens. And we got our... Is this our last pack? Nope, we got a couple. We got a fire. And chaos. Another hero. Oh, micro talker. I know somebody who wants that. Another hero. If you guys know who I'm talking about, because if you watched the duel last week on his channel, it was pretty cool, 1-1, and then I built a brick house, and he took it. Although, I mean, I may have lost us at third game anyway. His deck is really good. It's very consistent and good. So make sure to watch that channel. It's awesome. Put a link in the description. Maybe we'll get our second Toon BLS right here. Huh? Anybody? Into here. Come on, Toon BLS. Second one. We got a hero. We got not a Toon BLS. Chaos. Oh, Chaos Space. Mario. Yeah. Everybody yell in the comments, Mario. But that's it for the tunes. But here he is. Toon Blackluster Soldier. TBLS. Awesome. To go along with his shiny, we're going to bust into 4 packs of Maximum Gold. This has been an actually pretty good set for us. We've got a lot of cards from this series in our deck and in our side deck, and a couple cards that may eventually go in the deck again. We got a Demon Dude, Contact. Oh, he's pretty. And we got Darkness, Knights. Ooh, Rusty. I don't that guy. I don't think we could play Rusty. He doesn't fit in our deck really well at all, but he's still something good. I'll probably keep a hold of him just in case we ever put Phantom Knights in the deck. I don't think we will, but he's a good card. So we go. Hey, this is weird. Does this count as misprint? No. We've got miss put together pack here. Oh, that's cool. Oh, I'm not gonna put him in the deck, but that's a good card. Ooh, yeah, we got some cash monies. I think Black Dark Magician is worth like 10, 12 bucks, something like that. Depends on the day. Definitely be selling that. This pack doesn't want to be opened. Maybe it's holding our Nibiru, because Nibirus have just been killing it for our deck. I'm loving it. Oh, we got another Eater. Those may find their way back in our deck eventually. Oh, I'm not going to put them in my deck, but this is the first time I've pulled one of these shiny Eldritch boys. Anybody seen a Toon Eldritch deck, maybe? Oh, hey, we got our Super Poly. That's pretty awesome. I'll definitely take a my third Super Poly. That's really helping the deck right there. And we got nothing right here. Maybe this one will contain our Nibiru. It's a hero. Tons of heroes today. And mechanized duplicate. Nothing. That dude. But hey, I mean, I'll take our third Super Poly and the Dark Lord or Golden Lord. Look at this. This is not a bad opening. Maximum Gold has been really good for us. But the real thing here, Toon BLS. He arrives. From the darkness, he rises. And his toony deliciousness. So, that's awesome. I'm happy. We're still going to open more of this, but I'm pretty happy. And if you're wondering, how does this work in our deck? Well, it works really good. We run a ton of tunes, obviously. You know, any 2 level 4s that are in our hand or on the field, make him. Or, you know, we've got all our other big tunes. You know, any of these easy summons, we run a lot of them. Obviously not Pankratops, but in this, you know, if we continue to run the dragons, magicians, easy into them. And also, big thing here is comic hands. anytime we steal something, like if we steal an Abiru, that is a instant BLS because it's like a level 12 or 11. So if we make a small token, we can steal it and turn it into a big bad BLS. Same thing with our lava. Most of our kaijus, I think we only want to run kaiju that isn't, but it's definitely easy into the deck. Okay, let's get into the week 9 deck profile. As far as monsters go, we actually changed it up quite a bit. We've stayed with the same level 4s and the same Cyber Dragons, but we did take out Dark Magician, Red Eyes Toon Dragon, and the 3 rocks that help summon Red Eyes. We took those out because we've got the Toon BLS now, and we want to use our free summons to help get him out. And because we only had one of the Red Eyes, we were constantly bricking with it coming into our hand, or the egg being in our hand and us accidentally banishing the Red Eyes. So there were just a lot of dead cards that were floating around and making things very inconsistent. I did, as I said before, put the Lava Golem back into the main deck. We don't use a normal summon that often, so that doesn't bother us as much. And it's just really great for controlling those combo decks that drop 4 or 5 negates. It lets us take out 2 of those right off the bat. And of course, Nibiru is another just straight up board clearer. It's amazing, and I'm hoping to get a third one as soon as possible. Going into the spells, we did drop off one of the Toon worlds, so it's just 4, 2 and 2. That may be a bad idea, it may be a good idea, we'll see how it works out. May end up putting in that third Toon world, I haven't decided. Speaking of thirds, as soon as I can get a third Toon bookmark, that's going to go in the deck as well, because 6 searchers, good searchers. I did up the Shadow Toons from 1 to 2. I think it's just really powerful, and you can kill somebody in 1 or 2 turns just with that card and a couple little other damaging spells. And we've got our searchers, more control with our Super Poly now at 3. We've got, let's see, is it 4 or 5 different targets for Super Poly? And then we've just got a couple cards that are singles to help our Toon Kingdom. We have 2 cards to help search the Toon Kingdom, and 1 that protects it. And we've got our 4th Comic Hand, because we love Comic Hand. And working in conjunction with like kaijus and stuff, Monster Reborn's awesome. Let's get into our first game. We had some good games this week. We're going to show 2 right here. I will say, if you watched us on the other channel, we went 1 and 2. So not bad. I'll add that to the record after this game. So we start off. He starts off slow. I don't really know what he's playing yet. And we just kind of go into a general combo. I don't want to put too much on the board because, again, as I've said, I'm a counter puncher type deck. So once he starts playing stuff, I can play stuff. You just run that risk of, if you're passing with nothing on the board, are you going to get OTK'd in that 1 turn? So it's the risk you run. But we also have, Super Poly, which I should have placed, but I didn't. It doesn't end up bothering us too much here, but it's one thing you want to remember to do. You got to place the Super Polys, otherwise you can't use them. So it looks like we're playing like a Galaxy Eyes deck. I know next to nothing about these, except that they're really cool looking and have some awesome effects. He's got 2 nice beaters on the field here, a 32 and an 18. He's not able to kill us right off the bat, which is pretty awesome. So we're able to start going in our plays and try to control his board. Obviously we have our Toon Kingdom now because we have a Searcher. We're able to just take his monsters. The 3,200 one was immune, so we couldn't take that. But we're able to kaiju it and get one of his Xyz monsters, so now we have an Xyz monster. Pretty awesome. And that Xyz monster is now protected because it's a Toon monster. This is just me reading the card. I don't know exactly what's going on. I decide, why not go in for a little bit more damage? Plus, he can't take out back row to get his monster back. So I just put the Toon Dark Magician Girl. I need to come up with a nickname for her. And he Just spams out a bunch of monsters. It's a pretty fun looking deck. I may have to look into it just to learn more about it. It's one thing I really try to do is when I see these decks that I like, go online, watch them, find out what their cards do. He's able to try to get rid of my field spell, but because of bookmark being in there, you know, of course we can protect. That's what I try to do. If I've got a bookmark or if I've got a table of contents, I'll search bookmark so it has that protection in the graveyard. And he's just thinking here, goes into another big monster, but we're able to super poly. I mean, you can't sleep on the super poly because it bites you. Then we're able to swing in for a bunch of damage and see if he can react to our board anyhow. He can't, and we're able to swing in just unprotected again, and we finish round one there with a pretty easy win. And you see here, we try to do our searching. He goes ahead and he ashes our first one. We're able to go ahead and get the search from our second one, but you know, not much we can do except for just pass turn because he didn't do anything. He made us go first, and then we go back and forth here a little bit. I think he kind of bricked. Plus, I mean, I had a good hand, but if he's not putting anything out there, I can't do anything. It's the one downside to our deck. Well, okay, one of the downsides to our deck. We have problems with bricking occasionally, although it's getting better. And, you know, Pangertops, he's just an amazing card. They even have a face-down monster. He can get in there, he can do damage, or he can get rid of something. Just a great card to have in your main deck. So right here, it's a pretty cool combo with him. You know, if they use something to remove him, you can activate him, remove something else. It's a 2-card swing, which helps out immensely. Now here, he's going back and forth with plays. I don't know what he's doing. This is just one of those decks where you don't see it very often, and you just kind of have to go with it. But he wanders right into a Super Poly again. It's not the good Super Poly, it's just Mud Dragon. But, you know, I'm going to take that. He does a pretty cool play here. He actually Monster Reborns my Pankertops. So that hurts. And gets rid of my Mud Dragon. And he's set up to, you know, take care of our spells pretty handily. Here's the thing here. He decides to get rid of my spell, which it hurts, but it's not the biggest problem. Because he doesn't have any big follow-up plays. And we're just sitting here with, you know, we've got a decent combo waiting in the wings. If he summons a lot, we've got Nibiru. If he's got 2 monsters in the field, we've got Lava Golem. He goes small, but we're able to just pop out our Cyber Dragon to put some kind of, not pressure on the field, but we're not in trouble for dying right away. Go ahead, do the Toon World, and so now a lot of our cards are active. And we're going ahead and get out our Toon BLS into our hand and steal his monster after we attack. And he's thinking here. A lot of people get a little shell shocked by just continually getting hit in the face. You know, they put things in defense position, but it does nothing to us. We're just going to keep hitting in the face and, you know, put them on a clock. You know, are they going to do anything to not die? Yeah, so it's always interesting to see what people decide to do. So he's placing more face down. He's able to. That is such an annoying card, but you know, we'll go ahead. We'll super poly. I mean, he's taking out the cards anyway, so we'll just go and use the super poly. Our Toon World is protected, which is pretty awesome. Love Toon Bookmark, and we're able to keep, you know, the pressure up. You know, we keep attacking. He does have, you know, a decent monster there that we can't get over, but it lets us, you know what he has, and you can figure out our plays a little easier. Also, since it's face up, we can go ahead and steal it, and first time, get Toon BLS on the board. And he is awesome. He just hits straight in for 3K. That's game there. And we're going to move into game 2. 2-0. Pretty awesome. So here in the second duel, this one, I had no idea what was going on for the longest time. So I was like, why isn't this guy summoning anything? Why is he just, playing spells? But you're going to see here, it's an Exodia deck. Gotta love Exodia decks, I guess. So we're loading up just tons of spell counters on that field spell. I'm never going to try to get rid of it because I know it just has a billion counters on it. I think what its effect is, if it has a certain number of counters and you try to get rid of it, it can send those counters to not be destroyed. So, not too bad. The real downside to playing this deck is he doesn't play monsters all that much, and that's what we do. Because we have our Pankratops for if he has more monsters than us. We've got 2 Kaijus for when he has a monster out here. We've got Toon Hands. And eventually, I just have to play something. So instead of putting a 0 monster face up on the field, I went ahead and just put it down and hoping he wouldn't swing in really hard on it. I don't think he was going to this point. Here's where he sends his first monsters to the graveyard. I'm guessing he has some way of getting them out of the graveyard into his hand. So we're just kind of on the clock. Can we get monsters on the field to kill him before he gets his Exodia pieces in his hand? It's a pretty cool deck. He draws a bunch of cards and just cycles through his deck a bunch. And near the end of this round, I was getting pretty nervous that he was going to get it. But he must have just had one card that was buried deep. So, I'm just, I'm not really able to do much. So, we're doing our searching. We're just trying to get some kind of pressure out on the field. So, we're going to put our Toon out there. She can't attack this round. So, we're just going to tribute her off and tribute summon a Kaiju. It's pretty funny summoning them out that way. But it gives us a really big beat stick. Here's a mistake I do. I don't really understand what this monster does. What it does is the more spells you play, it gets counters. As soon as it has a certain number of counters, you can draw a card. And you'll actually see here in a minute, he actually plays Toon World and Toon Table of Contents because all he's trying to do is thin out his deck and get to his puzzle pieces a little quicker because you can search Toon Table of Contents with Toon Table of Contents. So you can go Toon Table of Contents to Table of Contents to Table of Contents to Toon World. And you just thin your deck out like crazy. And he's able to draw several cards. I eventually decide, okay, that's enough. We're just going to super poly this. And yes, it's a weaker monster for us, but we should have done it to begin with. Would have saved a bunch of drawing on his part. And we're able to move forward a little bit quicker after we get rid of that, cycling through his deck. Checking our banish, see what we have. We've already got, 12 cards in our graveyard. We've got a bunch of cards banished, and we're just trying to figure out a way to get a win condition. Again, he's drawing, and our Toon Kingdom is protected, so we don't really have to worry about him destroying it. So once we get a Toon out on the field, I'm pretty sure we can finish this off. And you see, we stopped him, and eventually. See, that one took forever. I clipped out a bunch of waiting time. He ended up running out of time. So that's one thing you got to watch out for when doing online is, you've got these time limits. I open up pretty strong even for going first. And he, of course, makes me go first because he's a jerk. He's going to try to play a little faster this time because obviously he doesn't want to just lose the time both times. We're already starting to swing in for 1300 there, and he's going to have to control that eventually. Luckily, we didn't banish anything too crucial. You see, he pops out his leg there. I'm pretty sure he was trying to put that out there. Yes, to try to do some of his drawing, but also to stop me from just swinging in repetitively. Even though I'm never going to hit at it, I'm just going to go straight to the face. He does some of these bamboo sword equips. Not terribly certain what they do exactly. I read them a bunch. A lot more things where, I send a card, he sends a card, we both draw a card. That really only helps me more, especially with as many cards as I have in hand. That's one thing that this deck, I only get much stronger the more cards I draw, because, a lot of decks are like that. But because I can easily brick, if you're giving me extra cards, it's just a terrible idea. Unless you're going to OTK me, then, hey, whatever. You do you. Starts going into his Toon Table of Contents routine that I was able to stop last time. I don't have anything on the board that stops it this time. Just pass it over to me. I think I've got, 8 cards in hand here. So if I can't do something, there's something wrong. I go ahead, and I decide to get rid of some of his back row. Because, it's just a good idea to make sure he can't do stuff. Just going over my options, seeing what's going to be the best idea for me. I decide to screw him over if he has something that he sends his Exodia back into his hand. I'll just take it. He obviously doesn't have a lot of monsters, so why not just make it one of my monsters? And he's hurting. Use my Xyz summon to help get rid of more back row, just so nothing crazy comes out at us. And we just go ahead and set Super Poly in case something weird pops up there, and pass turn. At this point, I'm fairly confident that there's not much he can do to win, because you can only have one piece of Exodia each. And I don't think he has any board clears to get that leg back in his graveyard or hand. And to get, a little bit more spit on the ball, I go ahead and take his other one, and we're just going to swing in for a bunch of damage here, and pretty sure that's game. Okay, winning streak starts right here, 4-0. Last week, we were 9-20, and then we went 1-2 in our remote duel. So that takes us to, doing the math in my head, carry the such and such, 14-22, I think. So, we're catching up. We're getting close to a winning record. Not that close, but, closer. Dex is looking really good. It's getting more consistent, more powerful, and I'm really happy with it. And looking forward to next week, opening up some more packs, getting some more key pieces in here. Obviously this week, we hit the jackpot by getting the Toon BLS. Speaking of jackpot, you still got a couple more days to enter the contest. All you gotta do, subscribe, comment down below, head over to my Instagram, and comment that you want the shiny. And I'll do the random drawing and announce it next week. So until then, I'm Raid Knight. This has been my Yu-Gi-Oh! Sealed Only adventure, and I will see you next time. See ya!